Hi everybody, my name is Priscilla WHole and this is the Osho Tarot reading for the Virgo full moon that's technically took place at about 4 o'clock, or it peaked this morning about 4 a.m. in Australia, and but we've definitely felt the effects of it leading up to last night, being Sunday night, with the intensity over the weekend, lots and lots of full energy and really quite full energy. I think that's the best thing to do. I know for myself, there was a lot of stuff flying around for me, and last night at about 4 o'clock in the morning, got pushed awake for no apparent reason, just literally snapped out of my sleep and wide awake, and I felt it took me a little while to go back to sleep, so I'm not sure how everybody else was last night, but I certainly felt it. And I also saw the intense energy when I was outside looking at the full moon as it was rising over the horizon. It was really quite beautiful. So today's card, the full moon card for Virgo is the Creator. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful card. Very intense card, and a huge reminder for each one of us to come back into our body, to be present to ourselves, and to remember that we're the ones who create our own universe. It's really easy to get caught up in all sorts of stuff flying around us, and when we do get caught up in stuff flying around us, it's a tangible reminder to come back to center, back to ourselves, and remember that we're the ones who create our own world. It's how we choose to respond to situations in our life. It's how we choose to, I say choose to respond, but there are times when I know that I'm caught in a little dynamic of reacting unconsciously, and for me, I feel the really most powerful thing we can be reminded to do is go, let's not react to this situation. Let's allow ourselves to respond, which means give ourselves a chance to take a deep breath in, feel into what's going on for ourselves, and then respond to it rather than unconsciously reacting. And when we respond to a situation, we're really coming from a place of centeredness, a place of grounded, and a place of understanding ourselves and understanding ourselves in this given situation. So what I really love about this card is that it is definitely the power that comes from the solar plexus. It's absolutely about our personal power and our ability to create, hence the term respond rather than react. If we react to a situation, we're not doing it with any sense of consciousness. We're very much in a place of knee-jerk. I think I've hit on that a couple of times in the last 6 months, where it's really easy to have a snap reaction to something and then wonder why someone gets upset with us, or even why we're reacting the way we do. What is that? So remembering that we can always choose to respond, and we choose how we would like to respond. That in itself is actually the key source of personal power. So it's a lot going on here, and but it's a reminder to come back into self. I don't think there's a card in this deck that doesn't actually remind us to come back to self on some level. And with the intensity that's going on at the moment, the full moon signifying an ending of a cycle, technically the moon is now waning as of this morning. As I mentioned, it peaked at 4 o'clock, 4 a.m. And so now the moon is moving into a new cycle, and I think it's been pretty much out of Virgo anyway, but this energy has been building and building, and this card can give us an indication of, and a reminder definitely to what would we like to do now, because sometimes when things are ending, we feel like we have no control over them, and that can be pretty freaky. And losing control, well, I know all about that, and I'm sure that those who know me well, those who know me personally, can appreciate that the big challenge of losing control feels like my life is falling apart, and I can appreciate for those who feel like theirs is as well. This card is to remind you that yes, it might feel like it's all falling apart, but in the same breath, you're actually in a position of creation, and to not be as stressed about the falling apart and the lack of control, because when we look at how we respond to a situation, it's really only ourselves that we can be responsible for, not the external world. and coming home into centeredness, coming home to remember that we are the creator is a key part of this. So I hope that this card has been of use for you. I hope the little reading has given you some insights on how to handle what's going on. I think it's been mentioned, like I said, for the last 6 months. I don't think there's a card that hasn't mentioned the intensity of the energy that's flying around at the moment, and coming back into center and remembering that you are the creator of your own world and that you can choose how you wish to respond to any given situation. So thank you very much for tuning in and for watching the video, and I hope that this has been of use to you. Please feel free to share. It's done with love. It's my gift to you, and yeah, much love and namaste. And also too, I think the next reading will be in about 2 weeks' time on the new moon at the end of the month, around about the 30th, I think. Lots of love. Blessings.